channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed my last video, and in this video we'll be talking about the numbers. So Python basically supports two type of numbers, that is the whole numbers, which is called decimal, and the floating point numbers. So what is an example of decimal number? So 10, 20, 5, 6, these are the decimal numbers. And what are the floating point numbers? Which has a number after a decimal point. So 24.44 is a floating number. And if you guys are totally new to this learning this Python language, then you might be wondering what this hash is. So this hash is a comment. So if you put a hash in front of any statement or any sentence, then Python interpreter will not see these lines. It will not try to interpret these lines, and it will interpret only the lines which are having some correct keywords. So print, yes, it's a function inside Python, so it's a legit keyword of Python, but if you write something like this, then it will give some error. So let us see. If I remove this, then you see decimal and floating point number, syntax error, invalid syntax. So yes, this is basically a comment. Now if you want to put the comments in multi-lines, then that is also possible using these quotes. So if you put it in triple quote, then whatever is there inside this set of triple quotes will not be interpreted by the Python interpreter. So I may take another video for that. As of now, let's focus on the numbers. So let's take one number, num1 is equal to 45. The good thing about Python is you can directly write the name of the variable and directly assign the value for it. No need to specify what type of the variable is, and that makes it dynamic. So that is why I guess it is one of the most popular language. Now let's print these numbers. So print num1. Let's have another print num2 and run it. So num1 is 45, the second print is 23. But what if we want to say the number 1 is the value of number 1? Well, that is also possible in this print statement. So just whatever you want to put, just put it in a quote and say the value of num1 is, then comma. So this will print first the value of num1 is colon a space, and then it will print the value of number 1. So let's print it. The value of num1 is 45. Now if I change the value of it to say 100, see, the value of number 1 is 100. So this is how the numbers work. Now let's take an example of a floating point number. So floating num, you can take any name. I am just taking this big names to be a little more elaborate. 23.66 floating num2, and it has auto completion as well. 66.12. Now print, oopsie, print the value of, I'll copy and paste it over here, is floating number 1, and run it. So the value of floating number 1 is 23.66. And this is how the numbers along with the print statement works. So what we learned in this video is the two numbers, decimal and floating point numbers, how to assign a value to it, how to print them, along with some organized string. So just practice in your browser as well, and I'll see you in the next lecture.